Hi, I'm Erin McGuire, nervous system and somatic coach and energy healer, working with clients for over 13 years. I'm really glad you're here and watching this video because I'm very passionate about helping people heal their nervous systems, change their mindset, and rewire their energy. And I got into nervous system healing work after struggling with chronic fatigue for many years and not really knowing what was going on. I finally went to the doctor. They put me on thyroid medication because of hypothyroidism. I had chronic fatigue and my hormones were imbalanced. And, that wasn't really working. Like they got all my numbers back to where they needed to be. And yet I was still feeling exhausted. So the next step was to put me on antidepressants. And I just knew that that's not what I needed. So after really diving in and doing some work, research, I found that we can have issues stuck in our tissues, like the book The Body Keeps the Score. Really learning through that book and several other books and different research that I did, that the trauma I dealt with as a child growing up in a narcissistic home with an alcoholic and really having low self-esteem and struggling with belief in myself, struggling feeling good enough. I mean, everything in my life was wrapped around performing and perfectionism and achieving. And internally, it was because I was trying to prove myself because I didn't think I was enough. So, of course, this stress state that I had put myself in put me in a dysregulated nervous system. Now, I didn't try to do that, that wasn't conscious. It's because I was wired a certain way as a child because I grew up in a dysregulated environment and wasn't shown safety and care and all of those things. I really put myself in an anxious state. And that's kind of where I lived. That's where my body put me, I should say, to protect me. And so I was basically living out of survival. And it was through learning about the nervous system and learning about the tools that I include in this program that I really started to see shifts in my energy. To the point that I got off of the thyroid medication, healed the chronic fatigue, which was amazing because literally I was in bed by 2 o'clock most days, sometimes earlier. I would bring my laptop in there and I would just lay in bed and work from bed. I just had to be laying down. I didn't even have to sleep. So I had no motivation. Literally felt like I was dragging myself around behind me. My relationships were suffering. I wasn't seeing friends because I couldn't really get out after 2 p.m. And so it was just really affecting my whole life. So the fact that doing this work really shifted my nervous system, got me out of that dysregulated state, which, by the way, most modern society is very dysregulating. There is this need to be constantly busy, constantly achieving and performing. So it's also a part of our society. But then if you add any childhood trauma onto that, it really affects everything. Not to mention, I started gaining weight because of all the stress and high levels of cortisol in my body. I was gaining weight around my midsection. It was really just inflammation from stress. So, really, a dysregulated nervous system, which again, most of us are in because of the modern society that we live in, is going to make it hard for you to lose weight. It's going to make it hard for you to reach goals in your life. It's going to put strains on your relationships, definitely going to put strains on your health. And eventually things start to break down. And so that is why I created this, because this is literally the roadmap I took to get out of those dysregulated states, heal my body, heal chronic fatigue, get off my thyroid medications, balance my hormones. I mean, the list goes on. And what I did was really get myself out of those stimulated, activated, anxious. For me, it was more anxious, which is the flight response states. There's fight, flight, fawn, and freeze states. Freeze is like your procrastination. It's you can't really move things forward. You kind of want to run and hide a lot. You want to, be alone. Fawn is where we're people pleasing. We avoid conflict. We just kind of want to be that quiet, non disruptive kind of vibe. Fight is we're living more out of anger and reactive. And then the flight is being really busy and kind of that anxious state. So in this program, we're going to go deep into helping you learn what state you're stuck in through the videos that I give. There's worksheets involved, as well as so many tools to help you move into a regulated state. That's the goal here. We want to find safety and security within our body. We're never not going to go into activated states, but we want to be able to come back down into the parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest, your calm, surrendered state. That's actually where we're meant to live, but most of us are living in this activated nervous system state and completely unaware of it, like I was. And when we're living in that state, we're hypervigilant to the world around us. Everything can seem like a threat. And not only that, we have a lot of us have chronic negative thinking, which is also producing a threat-like response from your nervous system. So it just keeps you kind of in this little bit of activated state at all times, which we can maybe get by on when we're younger, but again, begins to break down the body as you get older. So that is why I created this program. There's 2 versions of the nervous system. Reset is my basics. It's going to give you a really good understanding of your nervous system and tons of tools and techniques to use. There's also the nervous system healing. This is if you want a little bit deeper dive. Maybe you've already done some nervous system work or done some therapy or those kinds of things, and you're ready to go a little bit deeper. That's going to help you with more of the releasing the trauma stuck in the tissues of your body and those kinds of things. Lots more tools there around inner child healing, energy healing, somatic work to move the trauma, or as I like to say, the unprocessed experiences out of your body. And if you purchase the Nervous System Reset, you just want to start there. If at some point you want to move over to the nervous system healing, whatever you pay for that, for the reset, you can use on the healing program. I'll take it off, I should say. So it'll be deducted from the nervous system healing program. So you'll get it because the nervous system healing program includes the nervous system reset. Okay, so I just wanted to give you hopefully a brief video about the program. There's so much to say about it. Literally, this is the roadmap I use to change and heal so many issues in my life. I can't even tell you how much more free and joyful I feel. And my clients tell me this all the time. People that have taken this program have said it's better than a year of therapy. They say, they learned more about themselves. One woman is a psychologist. She learned more about herself in this program than she did in 4 years of psychology school. So we get so many great testimonials and reviews from this program, people just loving it so much, the tools completely changing them. To get out of anxiety or depressive states is literally a game changer because those kinds of survival states are affecting so many areas of your life. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to just feel more free, feel more like yourself. And I just can't tell you how amazing it is on the other side. And if I can do it, after growing up the way I did and the amount of trauma I've experienced, not just as a child, but as an adult as well, if I can do it and heal what I've healed, I know you can too. It's possible. Believe me, trust me on that. And these programs are now pay what you can, which is amazing. I want this accessible to more people. So it's pay what you can. There's 3 different options. There's no questions asked. There's no guilt or shame. Just do what you can do. And spread this message, share this with your friends, your family members, because I want more people to have access to this program. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll join us in this program.